All right, and if you have not completed your application, it's fine, it's not a problem. We just wanted to kind of get an idea of how many people have already done so. If you're not aware, the program's launched on January 4th, and as of today, we've received over 800 applications. So don't fear, we still have some slots available in the program. We do want to just let you all know that the timing is of the essence. We do want to make sure that we serve all of our students that do apply for the program and that qualify. And so we plan on giving you some information regarding our program processes and a little bit more information regarding some of the different models that we have available and why we do this program. So just give us your attention. If everybody can remain on mute, we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm gonna pass it back over to Armando. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Jen. I did see a few comments of some individuals that have not started the application. So again, we will be providing the link in the chat box shortly at some point. So make sure that you don't leave without getting the link towards the Summer Job Connection application, and we'll get started. Let's see. All right, so some of the things that we'll be discussing today is, again, the overall information about the Summer Job Connection program, benefits of SJC. We'll also be discussing some of the goals and metrics that we've been able to achieve so far. The scope of the programs, we do have several models of the Summer Job Connection program this year. We'll also discuss a little bit about the youth and employer eligibility. What is the process flow for both of the youth and employers? We'll talk a little bit about the Lunch and Learn Zoom calls. If you were part of the Summer Job Connection program in 2020, you know that we had several Zoom calls, Lunch and Learns, where we had individuals come in and talk about a day in their life. We'll also mention about and discuss and go over the targeted industries and positions that we are going to be providing for the Summer Job Connection participants. We'll then talk a little bit about the mentoring piece. We do have a very specific message to parents. We'll talk about the Youth Summit. There is a required Youth Summit that all participants will have to attend. And then we'll go over key dates as far as when this Youth Summit is going to start and when is the start date for the paid work experience, internships, and so forth. So just stay tuned, bear with us. If you do have questions, Jen and myself, again, we're going to be monitoring the chat box. Feel free to pop in that question in there, and then we'll go ahead and answer those as we're able to see them. So first off, just want to let you guys know that the Summer Job Connection program is a program that will provide a learning-rich, subsidized work experience that offers participants an opportunity to participate in activities that are age-appropriate. Our program is designed for 16 and 24, so they have to be age-appropriate. They are designed to encourage the youth to take responsibility of their learning, understand and manage their career options, and also develop social skills and encourage them in a positive environment that will help them interact, again, positively with others, whether that's peers that are part of the program or even employers within the worksite that you'll be placed in. It also introduces youth to the world of work and helps them develop a thorough understanding of employer expectation. Some of you, this might be your first time being employed. So what it is that employers are going to be expecting for you as a new employee to the company. It also provides opportunity for career awareness in addition to exploration, and it celebrates the youth success. So this is part of our program's overall kind of model that we have. We always want to be able to encourage and promote youth success. At the end of the day, the participants, the young individuals are our future. And some of the benefits that you'll get by participating in the program is that it'll provide a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It'll provide valuable critical skills that employers need and want. So it'll get you kind of a foot ahead of the game. It exposes you to new experiences and ideas. It provides opportunity for career exploration. We can't stress this enough. Most times high school students don't necessarily know what they want to do. And even beyond high school, this can be a great opportunity for you to actually explore some of those careers and see what exactly you want to do in the future. It also provides a good opportunity for networking, learns the value of earning wages, and it stimulates Hillsborough economy as well too. We are going to provide a quick video here of one of our participants that did the Summer Job Connection program and then moved on to a paid work experience within the office. I hope that you guys can hear the video. I'll start playing it now.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Delassie. I'm currently a junior at the University of South Florida. I'm in summer 2022. My major is
We're working on the audio, everyone. We apologize for the delay. Give me just 1 second.
Yes. All right, so it seems that the audio piece is not working on my end. I'm trying to see if share sound. Let's see if this actually works.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Delancey. I'm currently a junior at University of South Florida. I'll be graduating summer 2022, and my major is Public Relations Integrated Advertising. Currently, I'm interning at Career Source Tampa Bay, and right now I'm basically just helping what I did for the summer, create the curriculum for the Summer Job Connection program. And I'm putting on my perspective as a youth and a student that actually went through the program. So I'm basically telling them what was good, what was bad. But pretty much it was a good learning experience for me because I can apply that with my professional experience when I'm working as a public relations specialist. How I learned about Summer Job Connection program is I saw a flyer at my previous college, and it was at the Career Center. I didn't know too much about it, but it was just like something that I wanted to do, and I also saw that it was a paid experience. So I was just like, okay, I can't go wrong with that. And it was like, I think 4 to 6, I'm not too sure how many weeks, but it was just something I was just like, okay, let me try. And I did the application, but I didn't finish. And then so they reached out to me to see if I still wanted to do it. And so once I did it, it was pretty interesting to me because I learned about myself. I learned about the program, and I learned about more about my career path. I would recommend Summer Job Connection program because it was a learning experience, but also a paid work experience for me as well. Being that I lost my job during the pandemic, and so did other people, it was like an extra income for me, but also I was paid to learn more about the work environment, learn new work skills, and that I can use to my professional advantage. And I definitely would recommend the Summer Job Connection program.
All right. I hope that you can all still hear me. I see a lot of comments on the chat that the audio wasn't working and then it was working. So that just tells me a lot of you guys are very attentive right now, which is good. And I do appreciate you all giving me that undivided attention and being, involved here in this presentation that we're doing today. So employers, they also do have a benefit as well too from the participants. So for the employers, it'll develop and invest in future talent pipeline. It gives them that opportunity to do that. It also gives them an opportunity to mentor, motivate young adults into whatever industry it is that the participant is being placed in. It also accomplishes critical projects that otherwise they may not be able to achieve with regular staff. So it kind of gives them an opportunity to create different projects within their own company. It also provides career exposure to the next generation of individuals, and that'll be you guys. Stimulates existing workers, so it'll promote other workers to kind of step up. If they see like new young individuals coming in, or even allow the workers that are there to mentor these interns that are coming in as well too. So it kind of gives that opportunity for individuals within the existing companies to also step up to the game, and then also hire and train at no cost to the employer. So for employers, we Career Source Tampa Bay are responsible 100% of the cost of the opportunity. This is one of our previous employers that we had. I'm going to be playing the video. Hopefully the audio also works here.
The summer program with Career Source Tampa Bay has been very instrumental for Priority Care Solutions. We have been able to take a youth with no experience, work experience, and we have been able to teach him some leadership skills, teach him teamwork, listening skills, communication skills.
Actually, he's taught me quite a bit. He's taught me quite a bit about computers, because what he's doing is going from program to program and inserting different information in different files. And I said, you can't leave. You're not allowed to leave. Because if you leave, I won't know a lot of things. He helps me with a lot of things. I think that joining CareerSource gives young adults a good opportunity to put their foot in the door somewhere and learn different experiences and to learn how to deal with people.
For us, the ROI has not only been able for us give back to the community, which we are very big on that, but also to start molding the new generation and the new leadership that we have in our country. As you know, we have a lot of leaders coming in a very young age, and I believe that our intern has a superb skill set. Not only that he's going to school for management information system, but his analytical skills has helped us take a project. He has break it down in steps, and we have been able to streamline the process and make it more effective. To the case that now he has wrote for us a policy and procedure that we're going to be able to use when we have other interns or other associates managing the project in the coming month. We're super excited about the success that we have had.
All right, thank you everyone for being patient on that regards. Some of the metrics for last year, we actually had over 1,500 applications submitted for the Summer Job Connection program last year. Out of that, 496 participants were enrolled. And first timers, 86% of those 496 individuals. And something to kind of keep in mind here that 95% of them reported that they will return. So again, Jen mentioned very early on the presentation, we have already about 800 plus participants that have applied for the program. So if you are one of those that have not applied for the program, we do encourage you to apply. We want to make sure that you get in before, this is a first come, first serve program. So make sure that you apply ASAP. Those are some of the key dates for last year on when the summit started. I'll talk to you a little bit about the career exploration program on how we managed it last year. For this particular year, we do have a target to serve 1,000 participants. So again, reiterating, 800 plus applications have gone in. So we're approaching that number. That doesn't mean that everyone's going to qualify, but again, we are going to be serving 1,000 participants. We would like to serve 200 employers and increase external funding sources. So increasing additional funding just helps us out to ensure that every participant within the Hillsborough County is approved for these services. So just briefly to talk a little bit about last year. Last year, we actually wanted to go ahead and do the paid work experience, just as we did in 2019. So this is our third year doing Summer Job Connection. And the second year, we wanted to place participants out in the community and allow them to work 24 hours a week, $12 an hour, just like we did the first year. However, as we all know, COVID pretty much impacted everywhere in the United States, everywhere in the world. So we had to shift gears a little bit, and we came up with a 4-week exploration model that we provided to participants that they were allowed to sort of do like a learning self-evaluations. We provided financial literacy, and that's the second bullet here, the career exploration model. So last year we integrated that into the Summer Job Connection program. This year we want to do a little bit of both. You know, now with the restrictions a little bit lifted with the COVID and businesses are reopening again, we do want to introduce participants to an experience type of work. So that is one of the models that we are providing here at CareerSource Tampa Bay. Just recently, we were approved for a maximum of 30 hours a week at $12 an hour. And just recently, we were upgraded to 8 weeks instead of 6 weeks. So there's been some changes there. Some additional funding has been provided and allocated for the paid work experience. For the career exploration model, we are keeping it at 4 weeks. It is not necessarily an employment job, but it's more of you completing weekly assignments. These weekly assignments, again, are there to for you to self-evaluate yourself, things that you like to do, gives you an opportunity to do some career exploration from the comfort of your own home. And for that, we are doing a 200 weekly incentive. There is a end of the program project that you will have to complete. The last one here is the leadership model, and this is only going to be exclusive to about 40 to 50 participants. The 40, 50 participants that we'll be selecting for this particular model should show interest in some form of leadership component. We will be providing some weeks of training in leadership provided by CareerSource Tampa Bay or by another vendor, and this is going to be 6 weeks instead of 4 weeks. It'll also be a 200 weekly incentive every week, as long as you're completing assignments and on track. And then it'll also include a community-based project. Correct. The career exploration program model is online completely, not in person. However, that's not to say that you may have to go into our site to complete paperwork, or who knows, to pick up your gift card, or whatever form of payment that we're going to be doing for that particular program. So it is online, but we may require you to come in to either pick up paperwork or something to that nature. The eligibility and criteria for the program: you have to be a Hillsborough County resident. All right, so you have to reside in Hillsborough County. You have to be between the ages of 16 to 24, and you have to meet eligibility criteria. To go over some of those eligibility criteria is you have to be either out of school, in-school youth, again, 16 to 24. And part of the criteria eligibility is that you have to have a barrier to employment. And these are some of the barriers that are listed: either a high school dropout, someone who's been involved in the justice system at any given point. And what that basically means, even if you were arrested, and just let go, but never booked in, you will still meet that particular barrier to employment. Anyone who is homeless or is a runaway, pregnant or parenting, foster youth in or already out of foster care, or anyone that has a disability. I do see a question about, do you have to be 16? So for the application portion, you have to be 16 the day that you apply for the program. If you go to the application right now, there is a question that says, are you between the ages of 16 and 24? If you say no, the website will redirect you to some additional information that has additional links for other services for individuals that are under the age of 16. However, if you are going to be 16 in the next week or so, just wait until you become 16 and then apply for the program. In addition to some of those primary barriers to employment, we do also concentrate with low-income individuals. So these are individuals that reside in a household that is receiving cash assistance or food stamps, anyone who's receiving free or reduced lunch. So I just want to point out that the free and reduced lunch is one of the easiest way to qualify someone in our program. And if you're currently attending high school and you're currently online and you're doing an online component, I urge you that you still go to your guidance counselor or get in contact with your guidance counselor and ask them if you are part of the free and reduced lunch program. And if you're not, I do encourage parents to please apply for your son or daughters, because at the end of the day, it is the easiest way to get them enrolled in our program. However, that is not the only way that we enroll participants in our program. We do use other means, pay stubs, or if you're receiving food stamps, as mentioned. So just wanted to point that out. A lot of participants they've been asking, well, I don't receive free and reduced lunch, I'm doing online school. Still check with your guidance counselor. You might still be active in that particular program. Basic skills deficient, English language learner, and you reside in a high poverty area. So these are all criteria that SJC career staff is going to be looking into when they're doing the pre-screen. And the pre-screen is when you're going to be receiving a phone call from one of our staff to review the application that you have submitted and to review the documents that you've uploaded. one of the things that we stress is that, are you eligible? Allow us to determine that. You know, we are providing you the information on some of the criterias, but it's more than that. You know, allow us to determine whether you're eligible or not. Submit the application, make sure you're completing everything, complete it all the way through, make sure that you're putting correct phone number and all that kind of stuff, and then allow us to give you a call and follow up with you.
Before you move on, I just wanted to address, there's 3 comments or questions.
Yep.
One of the questions is, what are the high poverty areas? And I would just like to say, there's different areas. I wouldn't be able to tell you specifically what are the areas or the zip codes. Once you complete your application, we will check that on our census site, and we will be able to determine what is the high poverty area. So I hope that answers your question, Jackson. Devaney, I apologize. Is this only for low income or some barrier students? No, there's, as Armando mentioned, there are multiple ways that a student can be eligible for the program. We do serve low income families. However, again, there are multiple ways for students to qualify for the program. So, you know, that's why we say, please take the time to go ahead and complete the application to the best of your ability. We will contact you to do pre-screening. Next is just regarding Employ Florida. Yes, you do need to create a permanent account with Employ Florida to complete our process. And then yes, you would need to use your full social security number, correct number, to finish the process. Employ Florida is our partner, and we have to have students register in that system in order to process applications. So everything that we're doing is secured through a secured site. And so we do ask that you complete the steps in those process. The application process does close on March 12th. So as we continue to get applications in, you can still apply up until the March 12th deadline. And again, the last question from Robin is saying, should we continue if we don't meet that eligibility? As Mr. Armando mentioned, please go ahead and complete your application and let us determine final eligibility, because things may change. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jen. Thank you. So just to kind of give you a glimpse of the application flow for the participants. So you are going to be completing the pre-screen application, which most of you have already done. This is located in our website. Again, I'm going to be providing that link if you have not completed the application yet. A staff will reach out and complete an initial pre-screen call. So essentially, you're going to be getting a phone call from one of us within the next week or two, and just question to make sure that everything that you've entered in the application is correct. We want to make sure that the documents that you're uploading in the system are also legible and that they're correct forms as well too. So this will also then follow through step number 3, which is uploading eligibility documents and also signing documentation. So I don't know if this is still happening or not, but when you do complete the application, there's a list of steps that you have to complete. I want to just go ahead and address that when you do complete the application, step 1 should be checked off. And then you need to concentrate in steps 2, 3, and 4. Disregard number 5. Number 5 will be open and given access only after staff determine that you are eligible for the program. So at that point, that will be the pre-screening call that you'll receive from a staff. And again, you'll upload any eligibility documents that you're missing and complete any forms to sign. You'll be scheduled to attend a VIP appointment, virtual intake process. And then last but not least, you will select and complete activities for the month of March, April, and May. And I'm going to talk a little bit about those activities that are for March, April, and May. You know, some of the tips is do not wait to the last minute. You have until March 12th to complete the application. Depending on where we're at with the number of applications submitted, we might extend that date a little bit further out, or we might actually close it prior to. So right now, the tentative date for the applications to be closed is March 12th. And ensure that you give yourself 30 to 40 minutes to apply for to complete the application. Make sure all your information is correct. Provide us with multiple phone numbers, not just your home phone number and then repeat it 5 times in the application. Give us several phone numbers. That way we can ensure that we can get in contact with you. If you're not answering or your mom's not answering, I'm hoping your aunt or your uncle can answer the phone and then they can relay the message to you. We will only try a several amount of attempts before we move on to the next application. So I talked a little bit about the assignments that you'll be having to complete in the month in step number 5 here, March, April, and May. So just to kind of sort of address this, you are required to be part and active of the program until the program starts. So if you're processing your application now and you're going to be part of the program now, we want to ensure that you stay in communication with us until June, when the program is actually going to start, when either the paid work experience or the career exploration is going to start. So for the months, we are going to be offering some financial literacy. There might be an assessment that you may have to take in order to determine eligibility. So make sure that that is something that you're going to be open to do. There will be some online assignments. It's not going to be no crazy assignments that's going to take you an entire day or half a day. You know, these are assignments that you should be able to complete within an hour and a half. And this is just to show that you are preparing yourself for the summer program. We don't want to enroll participants and then send them to employers and you guys are not suited and prepared for what's going to become ahead of you, whether it's, you know, the professionalism aspect of it or whatever the case may be. We'll also be providing some career exploration, some workplace credentialing, and then the lunch and learns. We had the lunch and learns in 2019. Again, we invite individuals that individuals that are motivators in the community, or individuals that are in the public and also not law enforcement, but potentially can be, but in the politics, and then present to you guys as far as, you know, what it took to get there, to get to their position, and then obviously motivate you guys to continue doing what you're supposed to be doing. We will also require summer weekly participation. So on the right-hand side, you see that work booklet. That's essentially our portfolio. So for 2019, we actually had a portfolio that participants will complete on a weekly basis. And essentially is you documenting what has it been like to be working for an entire week? What have you learned? Week 2, have there been any challenges that you've been able to accomplish or surpass and so forth? So for those that are going to be doing the paid work experience, this is a weekly participation portfolio that you will be completing. Most importantly, is staying in touch with your career specialist. So each of you are going to be assigned to a career specialist. We expect that you stay in contact with them throughout your process, throughout the months, even while you're doing your paid work experience or before that. So that is very key to be successful in the program. I see some great questions that are coming in. I'm going to kind of hold off on those a little bit and then try to answer those later on. So please pay attention when we do address some of those questions. Great questions, by the way. I like them. So just some examples of the Lunch and Learns. We had State Representative Susan Valdez. We had from Casper Company and McDonald's come through and talk. We also had Publix. And earlier in the presentation, I mentioned how important and it is for our participants to receive an opportunity for networking. This was a lot of the networking that was happening throughout our career exploration model that we were doing last summer. You know, we couldn't have physical events, so we had to do something to sort of still promote that networking aspect. And I can tell you that a lot of participants that actually were part of these Zoom meetings and were involved in paying attention, they asked questions. And some of these individuals provided their phone numbers and email addresses. And I remember clearly for Publix, the individual that did the Zoom link, she encouraged participants to apply for Publix and asked that they give her a call once they apply for the for Publix. So you never know what type of network connections you're going to be able to make during these Lunch and Learn Zoom meetings. So very important for you to be present on these. These are some of the targeted industries for the paid work experience internship program. What that basically means is that all of our employers that we partner with are going to be aligning with these targeted industries that are high on demand right now in Hillsborough County. So we're talking about transportation, retail, the healthcare, manufacturing is a really big one here. In 2019, we partnered a lot with different manufacturers and so forth. As you can see, there's a picture there of a gentleman who's actually working in a welding shop. And these are experiences that participants don't necessarily are being given. If you just walk into a place like that and just say, hey, can I just be here for 6 weeks? So we are making these connections with employers and allowing participants to have these experiences. These are some of the positions that we had for 2019, and even through the paid work experience. We had some individuals do social medias coordinator. So these are individuals that were working their social media page, and they wanted an intern to help them boost their business within social media. Engineer technicians, medical, this is all in the medical field, metal finishers, and drafting assistants. So again, we try our best to target all different types of job titles so that participants have a variety of different opportunities. Employers and career specialists are going to be mentoring throughout the entire part that you're in the program. So what this means is that you'll have structured activities where employers, supervisors, and they're going to be offering support, guidance, encouragement, and develop the competence and your character. So throughout the 6 weeks or 8 weeks that you're going to be in the internship, or even the career exploration model, leadership, or even in the months of March, April, and May, we're going to be mentoring you to make sure that we're building on that character. We're fostering career awareness, that we're stimulating you to actually do some deep down questioning as to what it is that you want to do in life. And we do those again with a variety of different assignments, some assessments and so forth. We'll also be providing real life on the job training experiences again. And of course, the career counselor will be providing support and worksite visits. So when you're placed at a worksite, you're not there alone. We will go out to the workplace and make sure that things are running smooth, that we are addressing any particular questions that you may have, or that the employer may have, because we want to make sure that the employer is working with you, but at the same time that you are learning, that you are taking the opportunity seriously and stuff like that. And not just for the employer aspect, again, this goes through the career exploration and the leadership program. We're going to still set those standards at that point. This is our special message to our parents. If you are on the call, we do want to just encourage that you give the opportunity to the participants to let them fly, let them explore, promote self-advocacy, encourage them to be their own advocate whenever they have questions and they need to figure things out, promote them to be professional, and support them to finish the program. That if they're not too content or happy with what it is that they're doing, well, this is where they're at right now. It's an 8-week paid work experience, or it's a 6-week leadership training. Finish it. It is something that they should start and also finish. And we ask that you help us help your child become a young adult, and together we are one. So again, a message to our parents, we just want your support. We are, if the participant is over the age of 18, our communication will always align with the participant unless given permission to speak with parents. For those individuals that are under the age of 18, the parents are our main support. Sometimes, young individuals may not answer phone calls. We will be calling parents so that we can get that connecting partnership. So this is just a partnership between all of us together, but we want to make sure that self-advocacy, even if the participant is 16 or 17, that they start advocating for themselves is very important so they can continue growing and become, a good young adults. The Youth Summit is essentially, it's almost like an event day. It's a one-day event. Last year, we actually did it online. I'm not going to say whether we're going to do this one online or in person. We're still looking into that. But the Youth Summit is purposely done for participants that are going to be part of the SJC program to go over work readiness skills and trainings. So on that specific day, we go over communication skills, the importance of being flexible and adaptable to any kind of situation that you're put in. We go over some more of the financial literacy, interpersonal skills, problem solving, and how to get and keep a job. And the reason why we go through this is because on the Youth Summit, employers are going to be readily available to actually interview almost like a speed dating approach on that day. So the very first half of the day will concentrate on these particular skills. And then the second half of the day will have employers and participants meet each other and interview for the various different positions that are available through the paid work experience program. So kind of going through these skill sets before you get you go in an interview will sort of kind of refresh your mind from all of those different workshops and assignments that you have done for the months of March, April, and also May. These are some of the key dates. As you all know, the program launched January 4th. So the applications were readily available on the 4th of January, employers and participants. We had a coffee talk on January 13th with employers. Obviously, we're having this one here for the participants. So we're having the info session for participants. March 12th is when the application closes. I did see a question there. You know, if I'm going to be 16 over the summer, can I still apply? Again, you have to apply when you're 16. So that means that the day that you're completing the application, you have to be 16, unless otherwise we expand the application date further. All right, that's only if we expand it. Right now it's set for March 12th. The monthly assignments will take place between March, April, May, and June. June 7th through the 11th, we will be having the SJC Youth Summit. So that week, we will be splitting individuals to attend the Youth Summit depending on your geographical area. Or if it's on online, then that's not going to be too much of a concern. But again, this gives opportunity for participants to continue to kind of reiterate all those monthly assignments that they completed between March and June, and also kind of get you prepped before you interview with any of the employers. June 14th, participants' first day of work. And this is across the board for all 3 different models. July 9th is the last day of the CXP model. It is a 4-week program. And then July 23rd is the last day of the leadership cohort. Now, remember, we talked about that 2-week extension, which was approved for paid work experience if funding permitted, and that has been extended to August 6th. For those individuals that decide to move forward with a paid work experience opportunity, you'll be working from June 14th to August 6th. Now, I saw a quick question somewhere in there that said, if I'm not available all summer, what's going to happen? Well, we want you to know what days you are going to be available, and perhaps you need to make a decision as to which one of these models best fits your needs. If you're not going to be here for 2 weeks throughout the summer, that paid work experience is not going to work for you, because we are expecting participants to work through the whole entire 8 durations. So if you have family vacations set up or something like that, you're going to have to make some decisions. However, if you're going to be taking a vacation and you're doing the career exploration model, who's to say that you can't connect online and ensure that you complete your weekly assignments? So very different there, perspective to view. The leadership cohort, it will be a hybrid model where there will be in-person and some online perhaps. So that it will also require that you are readily available.